Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 788th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Just to say, we've tweaked the rules a little bit in this game. We've allowed Scythia and Armenia to have 10 cavalry max. Okay, what we're trying to do is make those two factions even more competitive, if you like, on the 31k battlefield. We know Scythian infantry is so poor, even if you fully upgrade it, it's still not very effective on the 31k battlefield. So let's say Scythia and Armenia have got a 10 cavalry max in this particular game instead of the usual 6. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm fighting on my favourite map, the Germanic Forest map here, where you can fight out in the open plains if you want there, on the flat open plains, or you can hide your troops in the woods there and plan and spring those nasty ambushes onto enemy troops. And of course, if you bring a barbarian faction, you get the winter bonus as well. So I think this map has got a bit of everything that most people need for a good battle. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Vycox, who was unusually bought the Scythian faction. Now he has got 10 foot archers, 8 headhunting maidens, and 2 horse archers. Okay, so 10 foot archers, 8 headhunting maidens, and 2 horse archers. Quick look at the foot archers there, and these are chosen archers. They've got a long range, got a really good defense, and they're so tough that when they run out of arrows, they make quite good light infantry as well. So let's say he's got 10 of them. He's got a lot of firepower there with the chosen archers. And then we're going to have a look at the head-hunting maidens. Now, when you hear the name maiden, you might think, you know, a quiet, reserved girl, a bit of a wallflower, doesn't want to cause any fuss. Well, all those things ain't these girls. These girls are the deadly ladies of Rome Total War. Make no mistake about that. See those axes they carry? Those are effective against armor axes. And cavalry versus cavalry? I reckon these are the best cavalry in the game. Cavalry versus cavalry. They're not so great against infantry, but cavalry against cavalry, with those effective against armor axes, these deadly ladies of Rome Total War are really effective. So there's Vycox Scythian army. As I say, don't forget 10 cavalry max for Scythia and Armenia, just to make them more competitive on a 31k battlefield. Our next teammate is someone who's called himself OTD Chimrazig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now Scorpion King has got 12 infantry, 6 cavalry, and 2 archers. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's got 7 upgrades, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Remember, Scorpion King has got no saved armies. He builds custom armies for every battle that he fights. Okay, quite unusual. Most people have got saved armies. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Man 2. Now Man 2's got 13 Sacred Band Spearmen and 6 light cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades there. Oh my gosh, 8 upgrades on his Sacred Bands there. So that's 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. We know this Sacred Band infantry spearmen are really tough. Putting good upgrades on like that makes them even better. And then he's got his light cavalry there, the long shield light cavalry. If you count the upgrades there, I think he's got 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. You'd be surprised on how effective this light cavalry is. Very fast moving and quite tough as well for light cavalry. Okay, so that's Man 2's Carthage army there. It'll be interesting to see how well he handles that during the course of the battle. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got his very old Roman army of 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. We're going to be looking at that army a little bit more in detail later on in the battle. A very diverse team here. Look, we've got Scythia with Vycox. We've got Rome with Scorpion King. We've got Carthage with Man 2, and myself with Rome. This should be a cracking battle, and I really hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now Barclayman's got 5 archers, 5 spear units, 6 cavalry, 1 Knight Raider, and 3 berserkers. Okay, let's quick look at his Gothic cavalry there. Now, you'll be very surprised at the specification of this Gothic cavalry. Very underestimated cavalry is a Gothic cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades, and he's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his Gothic cavalry there. As I say, very underestimated cavalry, but really tough cavalry. Okay, over here you'll see he's got his chosen archers with their long range. Say long range, good defense, and so tough when they run out of arrows they make effective light infantry. But the main unit I wanted to show you here was a spear warband here, okay? The spear warband. If you notice there, he's fully upgraded, the spear warband. If you count the upgrades there, you'll see there are 9 upgrades. Okay, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his spear warband. Now, many years ago, Germanic generals always used to bring these units here because they know how effective they are. They got spears, so they're obviously anti-cavalry, but also they're good at holding up infantry as well. And on a modern Germanic army, you very rarely see these spear warband units bought. So this is kind of like a bit of a throwback to many years ago on Rome Total War, when Germanic generals realised the value of these spear warband units and maybe bought 3, 4, maybe even 5 of these units. As you can see there, Barclay Man's bought 5 of them, very old school, old-fashioned there. And there he's got his Knight Raider unit as his general. If you count the upgrades there, you'll see they are fully upgraded as well. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. There's his general. Remember, these Knight Raiders bring a fear factor, and remember that fear factor saps the morale of enemy troops, destabilizing them and making them more susceptible to routing. Okay, so that's a pretty good unit to bring. And then we've got the infamous Berserkers here. Now remember, the Berserkers here have got 2 hit points. They got effective against armor maces and got big attacking specifications. And remember, these guys are based on actual figures from the past. Okay, Berserkers in the past, they used to, before battle, they take a cocktail of drugs, or they got drunk, or they had mental health issues. And when they went into battle, both friend and foe alike gave them a wide berth, because there are reports that once they went into berserk mode, they kill anything close to them, including allied troops. And there are stories about seeing them running around the battlefield after a battle, covered in blood and gore, howling like banshees. And I think the developers of this game have tried to mirror that with the specifications they've given these berserkers. As I say, 2 hit points, effective against armor maces, excellent attacking specifications, and as I say, a massive fear factor that they bring as well. So I think that's a pretty good put together Germanic army. Unusual, not really a modern Germanic army as I would see it. Okay, the next teammate is Orcs Serena. Now, Orcs Serena's got 8 pikes, 6 archers, and 6 cavalry. Okay, Serena's usually very good with Macedon. If you notice there, only got 7 upgrades on the pike units there, which tells me that I'm guessing the cavalry units will be well upgraded. Just look at the length of those Macedonian pikes our men have got to fight down to try and kill the man on the other end. No tall order. That's a real tall order there for Rome troops. And as I say, they were good upgrades on his companion cavalry. 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Remember, most cavalry in this game have got a 6 charge bonus. Okay, the charge bonus is the impact and penetration that a unit can do. But this unit, the companion cavalry, has got a 9 charge bonus. So as I say, most cavalry in this game have got a 6 charge bonus. They've got a 9 charge bonus and very well upgraded as well. So I think that's a pretty good put together Macedonian army there of Serenas. And then you've got Orcs Marcus Aurelius there. Now he's got an old school basic 31k army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. This is the bog standard 31k Roman army for many years, and the reason it's a bog standard 31k Roman army is because it's so effective and so efficient, and that's why Marcus has bought it. Okay, so that's what I say, the bog standard 31k Roman army, 6 cavalry, 14 infantry. Now we'll see if we can find their 4th teammates hiding in the woods here. Can we see him anywhere? I think I can see him, yep. There he is. And their 4th teammate is Brotherhood member TR, who's bought the Armenian faction. Now TR has got 7 cavalry, 6 spears, and 6 archers. Okay, so that's his army. Of course, we can't see his units at the moment because they're all hiding in the woods there. But don't forget, we allowed 10 cavalry max for Armenia and 10 cavalry max for Scythia there. But he's only got 7 cavalry. And as I say, the majority of his units there are hiding in the woods, of course. He'll bring them out when he's ready. So, I say, quite a diverse army there, I think, really. With, you've got Germania there with Barclay Man. You've got Macedon there with Serena. You've got Rome with Marcus. And of course, you've got Armenia with TR hiding in the woods there. As I say, it's got the potential to be a really cracking battle, and I really hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at my old-fashioned, old-school, morale-based infantry battle formation here. Now, I've been playing Rome Total War since it first came out in 2004, and over those years I've tried lots of different battle formations, but I found this battle formation suits my style of play. Other people have tried this battle formation, couldn't get on with it, didn't like it, but of course you build your battle formation to what suits your style of play, and I found this battle formation really does suit my style of play. Now, just to show you the makeup of this army, can you see most of my infantry have got an experience stripe on? Okay, so gold shield, gold attack troops to me are raw recruits straight out of training. Whereas if you put an experience stripe on, another word for that, a veteran stripe, that means that these units with the veteran stripe on have seen lots of action and of course will rout a lot less easily than just gold shield, gold attack infantry. So having a veteran stripe on the unit really does keep it fighting longer. Plus, I've got an eagle unit there, which of course boosts the morale. As I say, this is an old school, old fashioned morale based battle formation here. Okay, so I've got an eagle unit there, and I've got my general morale bonus too. So not only have I got a veteran stripe on most of my units, I've got an eagle unit and my general morale bonus there as well, giving a heck of a lot of morale to this old school, old fashioned morale based infantry formation. Now, to be honest with you, the only reason I'm showing you this is because this battle formation is sorely tested later on in the battle. Will a really old fashioned, old school battle formation still perform well on the 2023 battlefield? Well, it's going to get its chance to show if it can or if it can't a little bit later on. So watch out for this battle formation a little bit later. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that Orcs Serena has moved his Macedonian army forward there, and he's moved them into range of Scorpion King SR's archers there. As we know, Scorpion King SR, very aggressive, very attacking player there, had his archers hiding in the woods there, anticipating that the Macedonians would move forward, and they have moved forward, and now they will become susceptible to archer damage there. Remember, Macedonian units are very susceptible to archer damage. Now these Cretan archers, they've got a long range, can do a lot of damage, but if you notice, they're not wearing any armour. So they've got a fast rate of fire, long range, do a lot of damage, but their defence is not very good. And if you look at the Roman archers there, you'll see that they wear armour, so they've got better defence. Okay, and over here you'll see that TR is just bringing his units out of the woods there. Remember, we saw that they were hiding in the woods earlier there. Okay, and over here you'll see that Vycox has got his horse archers in Cantabrian circle there. Okay, this is a very effective horse archer battle formation here, and of course this is an actual formation that horse archers used back in the day. Very difficult for foot archers to cause casualties to these horse archers once they get into Cantabrian circle there. Okay, and as they go round, they shoot like almost like machine gun bullets out as they go round at the aimed target that their general is aiming at. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So over here on our left flank, you will see that here, well, all the way across the front, really, Vycox has stretched his archers out here. Now, remember, he bought 10 foot archers. Okay, now the reason he's bought 10 foot archers, apart from Scythian infantry being absolutely rubbish, is that he can now target the Germania faction, the enemy Germania faction. Remember, all Germanic troops, barbarian troops, are very susceptible to archer fire. Macedonian pike units are very susceptible to archer damage as well. And of course, so those two factions are very susceptible, but also Armenia as well. So 3 of the enemy factions are very susceptible to archer damage, and that's one of the reasons why Vycox has bought 10 foot archers. But just to say, the Scythian infantry are so poor, you can fully upgrade them, but they still don't do very good on the 31k battlefield. So I think Vycox has chosen a wise army here. As I say, these 2 horse archer units in Cantabrian circle doing very well. And as I say, here you can see Scorpion King's archers that were hiding in the woods, anticipating that Macedon would move forward there, and now ranging in on those Cretan archers of Macedon. Okay, so as I say, you can see here that if you notice, Barclayman's keeping his Germanic army at the rear of his allies there, because he knows that his units will be extremely susceptible to archer damage. He could lose loads of men if he goes into archer range there, so he's going to keep his army at the rear. And as I say, TR here bringing his troops out. Now he's got his archers here. Now these archers are really quite poor, really. They're only medium range, they wear no armour, so they haven't got very good defence. He's upgraded them well. I think he's got 8 upgrades on them, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, but they are pretty poor archers, really, there. But if you look at his cataphracts here, okay, look at the upgrades. If you count his cataphracts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts there. Remember, we call the cataphracts in this game the tanks of the ancient world, because they're armoured from head to toe, and with those upgrades on, they could be battle-winning troops. Okay, so as I say, unusual to see Armenia on the 31k battlefield. We do see it from time to time, but it's not that regularly used, that particular faction. And as I say, over here on our far left flank, you will see that Man 2 has moved some of his light cavalry over to our left flank there, probably looking to try and entice that heavy cavalry to chase him there, because he knows that his fast moving cavalry will outrun heavy cavalry. It's going to be a cracking battle for you to watch. Okay, and it's still very early stage of the battle there. You'll see that Scorpion King here on our right flank is taking some of his infantry units over, as I say, to our right flank there. And you can see there that Vycox has got his archers and his cavalry over there as well, some of his headhunting maidens, where they're effective against armour axes there. So as I say, it looks to me like maybe Vycox and Scorpion King are thinking about being a little bit of a nuisance here on our right flank towards the enemy. You'll notice here that Serena is moving his Macedonian units back a little bit there to try and neutralise the maybe the archer effect he can see coming in there on his left flank and our right flank there. Okay, remember those chosen archers of Vycox there, those Scythian chosen archers with good upgrades on as well. They got good long range, will do a lot of damage to Macedon. Let's pause the game for a second here. So to say, the archers there will be trying to target the Macedonians there. As I say, those pikemen are very, very susceptible to archer damage. You can see him moving the archers back, moving the pikemen back a little bit there. And there's a lot of cavalry here. What I was thinking was, I wonder if the enemy here, with all their cavalry and those pikes, may well try a counter-attack there on that flank against our Scythian ally there and Scorpion King as well. We just have to wait and see. They might get a bit fed up with being shot at by archers there. There's a nice hit here with a fast-moving, head-hunting maiden. Like bang! As it charges into that battle-damaged Cretan archer unit. Going to hit another unit here, and bang! Routed that one on impact. He may even go for the third unit there, and maybe even try and get that unit as well. Nice move there by Vycox, using that fast-moving, head-hunting maiden unit there. Decided to back off there a little bit because of those Armenian spear units moving towards him. But as I say, don't forget, these chosen archers got a long range. They can do a lot of damage there, and you can see that he's targeting the Macedonian pike unit there. Remember, that's a 121-man unit there, reduced to 109 already, just from archer fire there, without even getting into hand-to-hand fighting. There you are, you can see Serena's archers there. A lot of his archers are being routed there. So as I say, I think the only thing the enemy team could do is either stand around and let the Macedonian units get shot to pieces, or maybe counter-attack there on that flank. Over here you can see Serena's got his horse archer units still in that Cantabrian circle. They will get tired. If you notice, they're very tired now, and you see how they've slowed down. That Cantabrian circle is nowhere moving as fast as it was earlier. Very slow there because they're very tired. Here you can see Scorpion King moved his army forward, his Roman army forward there, and I should move mine forward as well. Okay, so we will move towards the enemy troops there. As I say, Vycox here doing a lot of sniping there with his horse archers. Here you'll see his horse archers now. Can you see they've drawn their swords? Okay, so they've actually shot all their arrows now, and they're now going to be auto-attacked and use their swords there. If he takes a skirmish mode off them, he'll be able to use them to attack enemy troops. Here's a nice hit here by Scorpion King there with his Julii cavalry. Get ready for this, and bang! He smashes in to that Germanic archer unit there. Nice hit there. I don't know whether he's going to rout it or he may well pull back before a heavy cavalry comes in to help it. There you are, he did rout that Germanic unit there, but that cavalry unit of Scorpion Kings got routed itself by TR's general unit there. He may well, TR may well go for the Scythian archers here with that fast moving cavalry unit there. And bang, as he charges into that archer unit there. Nice attack there by TR with that fast moving cavalry unit. He may well move the unit out the way now because he can see Scorpion King bringing a Julii cavalry unit in there to counter him there. Okay, but you can see here Vikot's taking his archers really forward here, almost shooting into the enemy point blank range. So you make no mistake, Vikot, I think, even at the early stages of the battle here, is going to get some really good kills, I think, here in this battle, just from the casualties he's causing with his 10 elite foot archers here. But as I say, the enemy's got a choice. They can stand around and get shot to pieces, or they can counter-attack. Here you can see Serena bringing his well-upgraded companion cavalry with their 9 charge bonus, and he's moving his pikes as well. So you can see that Serena's got fed up with being shot at by enemy archers and has now decided to counter-attack here on this flank, bringing both his pikes and his well-upgraded companion cavalry into the fray here. And the best thing I think for Vikot to do at this stage is maybe pull his cavalry and archers back. Okay, as I say, cavalry versus cavalry, his headhunting maidens probably would take out those companion cavalry, but with those pikes heading in this direction, I think Vikot is doing the best thing in pulling back. Okay, you can see that's exactly what he's doing. I should advise Scorpion King to pull his Julii infantry and cavalry back as well. There you are. You can see Vikot's thinking about hitting that companion cavalry unit, but then deciding not to, as you can see the pikes getting so close there. Remember, those pikes are anti-cavalry, so Vikot won't want anything to do with them. And as I say, Scorpion King here moving his Julii infantry units back as well. I think if I was Vikot and Scorpion King here, I would move my units back a long way now, because it looks to me like Serena really is going for them there. Don't forget, Vikot all the time is shooting arrows into those Macedonian pikes. Okay, so here's, I noticed a good bit of teamwork here by Marcus there. So you can see Serena's Macedonians moving towards our allies there. But here you'll see that Marcus has brought his cavalry from the other flank over to this flank, look, to help his clanmate out there against our units on this particular flank here. So now with a combination of Marcus's cavalry and the companion cavalry and the Macedonian pikes here, as I say, the best thing for our allies to do is just to clear off from that particular part of the battlefield. Okay, so over here now, you'll see that over on our left flank there, you'll see that Man 2 has noticed that Marcus has taken his cavalry. Remember, Marcus's cavalry was stood in front of him there, and Marcus has moved his cavalry away now over to the other flank. So what I'm thinking Man 2 may well do now, he may well move his cavalry into the woods himself there. That's what I think he'd do, move into the woods there, maybe hide his cavalry, hope that the enemy forget his cavalry are in the woods, and then he can spring nasty ambushes. Here I'm going to move my infantry forward. Now, and I'm thinking that Scorpion King will as well. Okay, because Macedon has now moved away from the enemy team there. Over here, you'll see a well-upgraded cavalry unit of TRs fighting one of Scorpion King's Julii units. Here comes the headhunting maidens. You can see that TR saw the headhunting maidens come in there and decided to back his heavy cavalry off. He knows that his cavalry would be killed by those headhunting maidens. Remember, the more armor the enemy troops wear, the more the headhunting maidens effective against armor bonus comes in. These were just the horse archers that were coming down there, but this is what he really feared here with his the Armenian general there, he didn't really want to go up against headhunting maidens, so that's why he's pulling his cavalry back there. And as you can see now, you can see the headhunting maidens chasing down that Germanic cavalry unit there. That's a heavy cavalry unit there, so I'm thinking the maidens probably will chase that unit down and kill it there. That's what I'm thinking there. But meanwhile, over on our right flank here, you'll see the Macedonians there, backed up by the SBQ, our general's cavalry there, really starting to chase our Scythian ally away from that flank. And as I say, if I was Scorpion King with my Julii infantry, I would be looking to move away really quickly there. He doesn't want to face Macedonian pikes head on there. So as I say, just move away there if I was Scorpion King. Pause the game for a second there. Okay, so here you'll see with the Macedonians and Marcus Aurelius' cavalry moving away, okay, moving away from their teammates here. I remember thinking at the time, okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and cause a bit of mischief here, a little bit of disruption here. I'm going to move my infantry forward, okay, bearing in mind that the enemy have a lot of their units are over on that right flank, and hopefully Scorpion King's going to move in with me, and maybe we could just cause a bit of disruption, a bit of mayhem, a bit of mischief here with the enemy formation. I've got my cavalry backed up there, locked and loaded, and Man 2 bringing his Carthage well upgraded Sacred Band units in. Remember, his Sacred Band units have got 8 upgrades on, so while the Macedonians and the cavalry of Marcus is away, maybe, as I say, we might be able to cause a little bit of mischief, a little bit of mayhem there within the enemy team that are left. As I say, you can see me moving forward there. I'm not going to waste my pilers on archers. You can see the Germanic archers there shooting into me, but I've taken my infantry off of auto throw, so I'm not going to waste my pilers on archers. What I really like to do is get close to those spear units, those spear warband units of Germania there. And as I say, you can see Scorpion King moving his Julii infantry forward as well. But over on our right flank here, just look at how effective the counter-attack from Serena and Marcus are really making big inroads over here. Right, you can see Scorpion King's charges cavalry in there. Now, I don't know whether that was a very good move. You can see he's lost a lot of his cavalry there now, and he looks like he's going to lose. Oh my gosh, I think he's lost. Well, his cavalry that were there have all been routed now, and you can see the Macedonian pikes moving in on Scorpion King's infantry. As I say, what might have been the best thing for Scorpion King and Vycox on this flank is to pull away completely from this attack. But now I can see Scorpion King's Julii infantry units here are going to be routed. He's going to lose all 3 of those units, I think, looking at the Macedonian pikes and cavalry units moving in on his units there. Okay, you can see them really as 2 of his infantry units have already been routed there, and it's just that 3rd infantry unit there that looks to me like it's going to be routed. There you are. So Scorpion King's lost all 3 of his infantry units he brought over here, plus he's had a lot of his cavalry routed as well. I noticed Vycox kept his cavalry out of the fight there, so Vycox has still got his cavalry intact, but Scorpion King did lose a bit of his infantry and quite a few of his cavalry there in that counter-attack by Serena and Marcus there, in that cavalry and pike counter-attack. So that was a good move there by the enemy team, causes a few problems there. But meanwhile, back here at, if you like, the main part of the battle, you'll see here, as I say, with the enemy troops away over there, I'm going to move my infantry forward there, looking to throw a lot of pilers into those Germanic spear warband units. Can you see that I've taken the forward units of my battle formation up now, just to touch those archer units, those Armenian archer units, and so my guys can now throw pilers into those Germanic spear warband units just behind those Armenian archers there. You'll see that Scorpion King's moved his Roman army forward as well. Right now you can see I'm throwing a lot of pilers into those spear warband units, and you can see those spear warband units, the shock of having so many casualties so quickly has routed those units there. Okay, that's very often what causes units to rout, is the shock of fast casualties. Okay, meanwhile over here, let's pause again for a second here. Okay, so you can see our Carthage ally right behind my Julii units there. Okay, And what I'm thinking about here is bringing my cavalry over here. Okay, if I bring all my cavalry over here and smash into the flank of those Germanic spear units there, at the same time attacking with my infantry. That's what I'm thinking about doing there. I don't want to attack those spear units head on with my cavalry, because obviously anti-spear units would cause my cavalry a lot of damage there, but I'd like to move my cavalry over to the flank there with a view to smash into the flank of those Germanic spear units there. As I say, we got our Carthage Sacred Band ally right behind us there. Remember, those Sacred Band spearmen have got 8 upgrades on each. 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, but the Macedonians are now fast returning to the battlefield, so maybe we might have acted a little bit slow here now, because I can see the Macedonians and I can see Marcus, his cavalry, coming back over into the fray. Okay, so you can see now I've positioned my cavalry where I wanted to. I'm now going to smash into the flank of those Germanic spearmen there as I advance with my infantry there, looking to take out those all those spear warband units there of Barclayman's Germania. Okay, so here comes my cavalry. If you notice, I'm going to move my infantry forward at the same time. Right, can you see? I need to run in now just as my cavalry hits, look, and bang, and bang, as the infantry charge in there as well. The shock of the cavalry charge bonus there, look, bang, charges in there, routed those 3 spear warband units along with my infantry as well, smashing into them. I need to pull my cavalry back now because I can see Marcus Aurelius has bought his SBQR infantry there with lots of pilers to throw into my cavalry, so I need to get my cavalry out of there now. I don't want to suffer too many piler damage there from Marcus Aurelius's SBQR army. So if you notice there, pulling my cavalry back out of the way there. I guess I'm still going to suffer some casualties from pilers there. I can see the enemy throwing pilers in there. You can see pilers coming into my cavalry, so make no mistake, I will be losing some of my cavalry there to piler strikes. I need to get my cavalry out of range there. So there you are. You can see my infantry now facing the SBQR infantry there. And as I say, the Macedonians are returning now. You can see the pikes of the Macedonians there, the pikemen there, returning to the fray. Scorpion King turning his infantry to face a threat. Head on coming in there, and you can see Mantu moving his spear units forward there to support us if necessary. Make no mistake here, Mantu really wants to take on those Macedonian pikes if he can, because Carthage certainly does punch above its weight when it comes to the big pike units like Seleucid and Macedon. Okay, so that is what Mantu would like to do with his spear units. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. There you can see TR has got his archers in close tight formation for more impact and more damage with his archers, but remember, those Armenian archers are pretty poor, only medium range, not very good defense. Here you'll see the headhunting maidens of Vycox are locked and loaded there, all there ready to charge into the enemy team when necessary. Okay, Vycox very good player, so he won't charge that cavalry in until he's absolutely sure he's going to get maximum performance from them there. Okay, but over here you'll see that Mantu is moving his cavalry slowly through the woods towards the enemy team. Okay, but he needs to watch out for ambushes. Okay, he doesn't know what's hiding in the woods there. Obviously, enemy units are hiding, he can't see, so he has to be aware of that. There could be some ambushes being planned in the woods. Okay, so as I say here, you can see the Macedonian pikemen are returning there from their counter-attack on our right flank. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of pilot exchanging going on between the enemy SBQR Roman troops and my Julii troops there. But as I say, you can see those Macedonian pikes coming in. I'm going to throw a lot of pilers into those Macedonian pikemen there. Remember, those Macedonian pikemen are extremely susceptible to any kind of missiles there. So the piler damage that I'm going to be doing to those Macedonian units will be considerable. They will be greatly weakened by the damage that the pilers are doing to them there, which will be good news for us. And as I say, I think Mantu's positioned his Carthage Sacred Band units just right in behind us. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So, you remember I said to you that Mantu needed to watch out for ambushes. He's wandered straight into an ambush there. TR had his heavy, well-upgraded cataphracts hiding in the woods, just watching Mantu getting closer and closer, and just when Mantu got closer, you can see that TR has brought his cavalry out of the woods. Perfect ambush there. well upgraded heavy Armenian cavalry against the light cavalry of Man 2 there. Okay, you'll notice here that TR is alt attacked. Can you see that his cavalry are using the effective against armor maces instead of the light lances? Remember, those effective against armor maces are just that, very, very effective, a lot more effective than their light lances there. There you are, let's see. So that was a perfect ambush there, really, by TR on Man 2's cavalry. Man 2 had no idea that those heavy cataphracts were hiding in the woods, and TR sprung that just right there. So nice tactical move there by TR. Okay, meanwhile over here you'll see that my Julio army is facing Marcus, his SBQR army there, and we've done a bit of exchanging of pilots there. We know that Marcus Aurelius can be very, very aggressive player here, and it wouldn't surprise me if he attacked the forward units of my old school battle formation here with his SBQR. There you are, he's softening them up there, throwing pilots into my forward pilot shield units there, trying to cause lots of casualties to my army before he attacks. As I say, it wouldn't surprise me if he does decide to attack. Right, let's just pause again for a second. So now I've positioned my cavalry here for a specific reason. Okay, now I can see that my Carthage ally has got his spears down. Alright, now if friendly cavalry, so you've got your spears down, if friendly cavalry charge through friendly pikes or spears with those pikes or spears down, you will lose loads of your own cavalry on your allies' spears or pikes. Okay, so I don't want to go anywhere near these spearmen here of my allies with his spears down. Okay, so what I need to do is just get past that one unit and come round here if I need to attack and charge there, bypassing my Carthage allies' spear units. Okay, so that's why I've positioned my cavalry in that particular position, because I've got a feeling that I could well get hit by cavalry, because I see the Germanic cavalry and SBQR cavalry of the enemy are still pretty well intact. There you are, there's Marcus attacking my forward units with his SBQR infantry. Now can you see his cavalry? His cavalry are locked and loaded in wedge formation for more penetration, more impact. Now get ready for this, and in that cavalry goes, look, bang, as it charges in to the forward elements of my old school battle formation there. Right, can you see that now? What I'd like to show you is a nice little move here by Marcus. He's only charged half his cavalry, and 3 of his cavalry units have gone in there. 3 he's holding back in reserve to counter my cavalry attack. He's also brought infantry units there, look, to blunt my counter cavalry attack into his attacking cavalry. Can you see there a nice tactical move there by Marcus? Going to blunt my cavalry attack with those 2 infantry units, and he's held back those 3 cavalry units to counter attack my cavalry. So that's a nice move. Newer players to Rome Total War, nice bit of a tactical move there. Right, so you can see that infantry's blunted several of my cavalry there from going forward, and then that other cavalry units come in there like a bang as they charge in there, blunting my cavalry attack there. Nice move there by Marcus there with those infantry and cavalry, and now you can see them all charging in to my old school battle formation there. As I said to you earlier, this old school morale based battle formation there, it needs to hold. Now I can't pull my cavalry back because I'll charge into friendly spears. Okay, you can see the Carthage spears are still down, so I can't pull my cavalry back out that way. I can't go the way I've come in because there's SBQR cavalry blocking me, so the only way I can move my cavalry is there. Try and get my cavalry in there, keep them away from the spears of my ally there. That's the only way I can move my cavalry now. Look, back out of the fray. Meanwhile over here you'll see that Scorpion King there is facing SBQR Roman troops plus the long pikes of Macedon there as well. So Scorpion King's doing well, holding them up there. Here a nice combination by Vicox, and Scorpion King there has taken out that SBQR unit of Marcus, and now they can start looking going into the flank of the enemy troops. But Man 2's keeping his well upgraded spearmen in reserve there, look, to move in when necessary. And as I say, I'm going to need to move my cavalry away now, and the only way I can move it is to move it right. Okay, I can't move it back because I go on to my allies' spears, and I can't move it the way I've come in because there's too many SBQR troops there, so I need to move my cavalry over to the right there. Can you see? My cavalry is extremely battle damaged now, but I'm going to move it over there, ready to counter-attack any units that come in there. Okay, so I'm being heavily attacked by SBQR infantry. Okay, you can see the Germanic cavalry there locked and loaded, ready to charge in, and you can see the SBQR cavalry of Marcus locked and loaded, ready to charge in as well. So I'm going to have two lots of cavalry potentially going to smash into me there. I've got a berserker unit already attacking me. I've got a Germanic unit already attacking me, and lots of SBQR infantry attacking me as well. Okay, so as I say, this is an old school, old fashioned morale based battle formation there, and my goodness me, I think I need it there with all this that's going to come in on me here. There, can you see that Germanic cavalry coming in there, and the SBQR cavalry is both going to smash into me at once. Get ready for this, and bang, as I smash in there. I'm trying to counter attack with my what's left of my cavalry there, look. But you can see my battle formation still holding there, even after that massive double cavalry attack onto it there. Okay, you can see Man 2 starting to move his spearmen forward there, try and take a bit of pressure off of my units there. But just look at those Germanic cavalry. You can see a couple of my units there. Look. Can you see, if you read the writing there, I think they're fighting to the death there. Can you see? They're routed, but they're fighting to the death there, those two units. There's nowhere for them to go, so they're just going to stand and fight to the death there, as all that SBQR cavalry and infantry and those Germanic cavalry smash into me, and that berserker unit. And still that old school, old fashioned morale based battle formation still held, even against all that. And now you can see Man 2 bringing his spear units in now to support my infantry against that that massive attack there. So I just thought that was interesting there to show you an old school battle formation there, how well it held there. And you can see that Scorpion King is attacking with his Julio army. Let's say Vycox has got his cavalry out on the flank here. Don't worry, he'll be watching the battle very closely, and he will be deciding where he's going to charge his cavalry in. He's still got his archers shooting into the enemy troops now. I've got a feeling Vycox is going to get some really good kills in this battle because of the way he's been using his archers and his fast-moving head-hunting maidens. Right, so if you notice here, can you see that Man 2 is now taking his well-upgraded spear units through my army to engage the enemy troops that are attacking the forward units of my battle formation there. Okay, nice bit of support there by Man 2. Notice how he held his spearmen back there, so they're fresh going into the fray now against tired winded enemy troops. So that was a nice tactical move there by Man 2, and he's now taking the pressure off of my infantry with his spearmen. Okay, now over here you'll see, looks to me like the headhunting maidens were thinking about charging into the Armenians, but then backed off. But over here is a very worrying problem here. Can you see that Germanic cavalry is getting in behind my infantry, going for those archers? Now if you notice here, the rear of my battle formation is now exposed to a cavalry attack. We know that the rear of any unit in Rome Total War is the weakest part of that particular unit. And as I say, that Germanic cavalry of Barclay Man's getting in behind my battle formation there. You'll see Man 2 has gone right through my infantry, so I've got no cover at the rear of my battle formation here. You can see Man 2 being very, very helpful all over the battlefield with his fresh, well upgraded Carthage Sacred Band units that he's been holding back towards the end of the battle there to bring them in fresh. But as I say, at the moment the Germanic cavalry could well smash into the back of my general unit. I got a feeling that if he takes out my general unit there, he may well be looking to try and get a mass rout of my tired, battle damaged infantry. There you are. You can see the Germanic cavalry, make no mistake, he's going to go for my general. Get ready for this. You can see him going for my general unit, and bang, as he smashes into my general unit there. I think if I remember right, I saw that cavalry charging in, so I managed to turn that general unit just in time to receive that cavalry attack there. Also, I've turned my I've turned that unit to face a threat. I've also got my Eagle unit here fighting the Germanic cavalry as well. I've turned them in to try and attack them as well. If you notice here, I managed just about to turn my general unit there to face and take that cavalry attack head on, but frontwards on there rather than the rear there. Oh my gosh, and there's a berserker unit there that got in behind us as well. This is a nice tactical move there by Barclay Man, bringing that berserker unit in behind my tired, battle depleted troops there. That berserker unit, remember, saps morale as well as having big attacking specifications here. And as I say, you can see Scorpion King's Julia army here in combination with Man 2's Carthage army there, fighting the enemy Macedonians and the Armenian spearmen there. Okay, but that berserker unit in behind my units there, and I can see some SBQ cavalry getting in behind me as well. My general unit is still holding there at this time. As you can see, that the Germanic cavalry still pressing in. Look, Barkley man still pressing that cavalry, and you can see he's really pressing the attack button there. I think our Scythian allies just lost his general there. Bad news for us, but as you can see, that Germanic cavalry is now gradually breaking there, but that berserker unit is coming into the fray as well there, and as I say, Mantu's spearmen are fighting forward there towards the Armenians and the Macedonians there. Can you see TR's brought his well upgraded, if not fully upgraded, Armenian spearmen into the fray here against our Carthage ally. So there's a lot going on at the moment here. As I say, you can see our Carthage allies are doing really well with his pikes. You can see TR is keeping his general unit at the rear there to give morale. But over here, you'll see that the headhunting maidens are fighting the well-upgraded Armenian cavalry here. So you've got effective against armour axes of the maidens against effective against armour maces of the Armenian cavalry here. But as I said to you before, I rate that the maidens there, cavalry versus cavalry, probably the best cavalry in the game. And as I say, those headhunting maidens there starting to rout the Macedonian companion cavalry, which had 8 upgrades on, and have now routed the and killed the Armenian general there. So as I say, cavalry versus cavalry, I think the headhunting maidens are the best cavalry in the game there, and you can see that Mantu's brought his light cavalry out of the woods, and here they're going to start attacking the enemy archers as well. So that was a nice bit of support there from Mantu, bringing his fast-moving cavalry out of the woods there to support his ally there. And I think things are looking a little bit better for us now. Here you can see a couple of SBQ cavalry units there looking to go into the back of my general unit there, still trying to kill my general up there, and that berserker unit still chopping away, and that cavalry unit charging. And then see Marcus then stop that cavalry attack. Did you notice he didn't carry through with that cavalry attack there? He went in so far and then pulled his cavalry back. I'm not sure why he did that. He must be a tactical reason for that there, but he's brought his cavalry back out there ready to charge in again. Look, locked and loaded, wedge formation for more penetration. Whoa, here comes the headhunting maidens into the rear of tired, battle damaged units there. Look, bang, as those headhunting maidens smash into the back of the Macedonians there. Nice, that's a Macedonian general just been killed. And looking at the battle as it stands at the moment, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. There's still that berserker unit there. Can you see that Germanic berserker unit still chopping my men up there? And I see Barkley man's thrown in that Knight Raider unit as well, and a cavalry unit. They're charging as well. Look, bang, going for my general unit again. Look, just look at how those berserkers are smashing my men up into the air with those effective against armour maces. You see that berserker unit just glow there? That berserker unit has just got a battlefield promotion. Remember, whenever you see a unit glow, they've done so well in battle that they've got a battlefield promotion. There's this SBQ or cavalry unit going there, and bang! When they get that battlefield promotion, that's a stripe they've got on them now. But here you can see my allies now running in to try and help me. There you can see my Carthage ally running in as well there. But as I say, I think my old school morale based battle formation there did well in holding for as long as it did there. As I say, I haven't got a lot of troops left there, but they did hold really well. And as I say, it looks like our team has managed to go on and win the battle there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So a very, very spread out battle, I think this was, if I remember right from the right flank. You remember where the enemy counter-attacked, where Vicox and Scorpion King were moving round that flank there. You can see there a lot of dead there over on our right flank, where Scorpion King was caught there a bit, and Vicox was caught a little bit there by that surprise counter-attack by the enemy troops. More dead there, look. And over here, I think there's a line of dead archers there, so you can see that's where an archer fight went on there. And as I say, Vicox's archers there have been given a lot of casualties to enemy troops. Here you can see some more dead there. There was that maiden battle there with the Armenian cavalry there. It just goes to show how good those headhunting maidens are. And over here, you can see there Lots more dead here, more concentrated dead here, so you can tell where the most intense part of the fighting was. As we move across the battlefield here, just look at the piles of dead there in that grass there with the snow. You can see the bodies there, and there you go. You can see very intense fighting in this part of the battlefield here. If we have a look at Scorpion King's units left here, let's have a look. He's got one there, 1, 2, 3 units there. I think he might have another 2, maybe 4 units. I think he might have maybe 4 units, 5 units left. That's all that Scorpion King's got left there is 5 units, and I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 units left. So that just goes to show how much it was a real battle of attrition there. Scorpion King's got 5 units left. I've got 6 units left. You can see Man 2's Carthage Sacred Band units. Still got a lot of them left because he held them back towards the end of the battle. Let's have a look at Vycox's units there. He's got 1 Headhunting Maiden unit left there. Let's see if he's got any more anywhere over here. He's got some more Headhunting Maiden units there. Let's see how weakened they are. Look. So what's he got there? So close there. Oh, we've got 9 Headhunting Maidens there. 2, just 2 in there. Look, 13 there. Remember, these are 54 man units here. Look, 2 maidens left in that unit there. Look, just 2. And in the general unit, oh my God, just 1. Just 1 unit. 1 Headhunting Maiden left in the general unit there. So you can see how much it really was a battle of attrition here. But as I say, the Carthaginians of Man 2, he held them back to the latter stages of the battle, then moved them in. Very good tactical move there by Man 2. And it wouldn't surprise me if he gets some really good kills there. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played really well there. Well played, guys. An average victory. I must be honest with you, I thought it might be close, but I suppose looking at the troops we got left, average really good. And who do you think got the highest kills in the game? Rome, do you think? Carthage? Germania? Macedon? No. Scythia. So Vycox's Scythian army got the highest kills in the game. Okay, we tweaked the rules a little bit, but 1,822. So he hasn't just got the highest kills by a small margin, he's got the highest kills by a long, long way. And that's what Scythia can do if you just tweak the rules a little bit. So we just allowed him 10 cavalry max there instead of the usual 6. And that's the that Scythian army he bought caused that massive amount of casualties to the enemy troops there. So well done to Vycox with Scythia. So well done to Barclayman. As I say, if we get less than 1,000 kills, we're a bit disappointed. So my guess is that Barclayman will be a little bit disappointed with those kills there. Less than 1,000, but he did well. Well done to Serena. Got over the 1,000 kills with his Macedonians. There, he played well. Well done to Marcus there. With his SPQ army, got the 2nd highest kills in the game. So well done to Marcus there. And well done to TR, once again less than 1,000 kills, so he'll be a bit disappointed there with his Armenian army. But well played, guys. It's a great game. I'm pleased with my kills. If you notice, from most of the battle I was defensive there, so I'm quite pleased with those kills, because RTW rewards good kills with aggressive play. Well done to Scorpion King, got some good kills there with his army there. I thought he played very aggressively. And I say well done to Man 2 there, 3rd highest kills in the game, and he just held his Sacred Band troops, as I say, just at the right time and brought them in fresh. Look how many troops he's got left. He's still got 900 troops left on the battlefield there. And I say well done to Vycox, highest kills in the game with what people call a lesser 31k faction, Scythia. Let's have a look at the diversity of the game. Look, Germania, Macedon, Rome and Armenia in the other team. And we've got Rome, Carthage and Scythia in our team there. So yeah, quite a diverse battle really. And just to say, once again, well done to Vycox with what lots of people would class as a lesser 31k faction there. So well done to Vycox with Scythia. Got some, as I say, highest kills by far as well. So well done to him. And just to say to all of you watching this, if you enjoy our battles, we play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. If you'd like to join us, you would be more than welcome. And if you do join us and get into a good battle, you could well see yourself on this YouTube channel leading your army into battle. Okay, this is Spartan Commander saying bye for now and see you soon.